Looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoatRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GoatRacingDiecast.com.
Welcome to Go Racing Diecast and the sponsor of the Memorial League Go Racing Diecast 150 at the Boston Mile. And that's what Phoenix with the motorsports State Academy.
Driver, start your engine!
How about now? All right, everybody can hear me now. You know, when it rains, it pours there, folks. If you couldn't hear me before. Well, I went down to the starting grid. I talked about the race. I talked about how awesome Go Racing Diecast was. And then all of a sudden, I was scrolling through my audio options just to make sure everything was level. And noticed that I wasn't speaking. So, you know, we would be live on Facebook. We're live on Facebook and Twitch. We would be live on YouTube. Our YouTube account got compromised. And now we're coming around. We're going to go green flag racing for 45 laps. They have 4 sets of tires total, 3 on the wall, 100% fuel, 45 minutes of racing. We should see possibility of a green flag pit stop out of this as well. We got a good one. RB, thank you for the like, sir. You know, YouTube has got me flustered. All right, Schildhouse, Jorgensen, front row. They're going there green. Thank you, Mr. Van Nest. I appreciate you, sir. Jorgensen Jr., David Schildhouse into turn 1. Jorgensen Jr. leads on the outside lane, pushes up all out to the corner. Justin Fuller on the bottom side. Going to carry into third. Up to turn 2 and turn 3. Drivers rolling. Turn 4 is going to be the right-hander that you're going to see coming up right here onto the back straightaway. Into the back straightaway they go, up to speed. And everybody's trying to jockey for position to get into this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful carousel section. And then turn 5 would be Kevin Brown having an issue. He is back here. Ooh, drivers, a big pile up onto the entrance as Kevin Brown blinks here just a touch on my end. 81 parked into that back section as well. And drivers getting up. Turn 5 is going to be the outer loop right here. Turn 6, 7, and 8 would be on the back straightaway. Turn 9 would be this right-hander coming up right now. Turn 10, the left-hander. You're going to see the 81 rolling. Bobby Wetzel's already into it, and he's going to make that turn 10 corner, and then now the turn 11 corner up to the front straightaway. And drivers working. That was a big parking lot for just a moment there. Title's not right on Twitch. Okay, thank you, dear. I appreciate you. You know, when it rains, it pours. Could have a better day today, but you know, it is what it is. Let's fix that for everybody. There it is. Watkins Glen SIM500 should be updated now, I do believe. Should be good to go. Yeah, we should be good to go now. There we go. Go Racing Diecast Xfinity Series, Watkins Glen, Week 10. Barry Stevens having an off track. Doug Sigmund back here trying to work. Brian Wortman getting around just a little bit. Ryan D. Cook off 12. Barry Stevens parked right there. Drivers go around. He resets to pit road. Kevin Stone. Seeing a good work here, 81, all the way out to the outside. Kevin Brown again, big blink out of that one. Sean Macklin up 1 as they would work. Joey Jatina is going to be up 9 right now, currently your biggest mover of the race. Try to make it another one here. There's a few drivers trying to find where they're going. Kevin Stone to the 17, just behind Joe Hudson. Jorgensen Jr. leads a 1.2 second lead over David Schildhouse here. The 5,900 I-rated drivers, 5,900 I-rated driver Mark Jorgensen Jr. rolls. 5,500 I-rated driver of David Schildhouse. 5,300 of Justin Fuller. Bentley Glazer 4,700 and Stephen Miles 6,000. Combined I-rating of a lot. Over 27,000 according to my mathifications here. Maybe 26,500. See. Almost 12, 22, math. Don't do the math. You know, all it is, up 1. All right. Checking through the field. Shannon Wood, the driver just ahead of Joey Jatina. As I tell you what, buddy, getting those early spots. Very tough to pass on this racetrack. Bobby Wetzel up 19. Unless you save your tire, especially for the long run here, 45 minutes of racing for the Xfinity Series, and has been a great Xfinity Series. Massive, massive, massive undertaking. So, well, thank you all very much. Again, apologies about not being out there on YouTube. Those things have a tendency to be frustrating. So now I have to look up Google Passkey that I don't have, and see how I can get my account back. You know, good things. Jorgensen Jr. sees David Schildhouse closing in here. Schildhouse last time by about 4/10 of a second a lap faster as they continue to go to work. Go Racing Diecast SIM500 giving you the action this week. We appreciate the GOAT and all he does. Right now, the 04 is last driver on the lead lap. You see him there. AJ O'Rourke and Brandon Alford did not start the race. Barry Stevens on pit road. Brian Workman is getting 4 spots at the start of the race just ahead. Randy Oakham up 4 as well. In the 8, Ron Holyfield up 3. And that number 11 Racing Machine will have a lead action on board. Ryan Cook is going to be off 9 in the Go Racing Diecast car. He's got a little bit of right side damage that'll make the aero section of this racetrack tough for him. Rich Swaveley's off 5. Got to make himself move forward. A little rear damage on that car. Kevin Stone is going to be up 1. Kevin Brown's going to be off 10. And he's looking fine now. I think his connection is settled in. He's got a little right rear damage, maybe a little left front nose damage. Josh Parker's up 6 in that 81. He sits in 22nd. Joe Hudson up 8 spots here in that number 49. Jeff Ryan's going to be up 4 as well. Bobby Wetzel again at 19th, right where he started. As Brent Scott up 5, just ahead of him. Shannon Wood up 4. Joey's gotten around him. So he goes to 16th, up 10, but Shannon Wood up 4. Nelson Rivera up 3, coming around turn 10, onto the front straightaway. We'll look just ahead of Sean Macklin, who's going to be up 1. J.P. Phillips ahead, up 3. Tyler Dalton off 1 from the start of the race, but don't get him out just yet as they continue to press forward. Tommy Ryan's going to be up 3 as well. Alex Bryson's going to be up 2. Robert Fryer, he started 9th. That's where he's at. Donaldson, same concept. He looks to the inside on Jason Karlovich in that 60. Not going to get it as they get into the heavy braking zone before the rest stop. Thank you, Budgie. I appreciate you. Ryan Macklin's going to be off 1. Stephen Miles has gotten around. He's going to be up 1. It's a 24 and 30 swap positions here. Bentley Glazer's going to be in 4, trying to track down Justin Fuller. Justin Fuller, a 1.6 second deficit between he and Mark Jorgensen Jr. Your race leader as David Schildhouse closes in the 20, trying to go to work. Man, oh man. You talk about, doing the thing. We did a lot of doing the thing. So, yeah. Somebody tried to log into my account too many times, it said. I don't know who it was. And now I've got to get a Google Passkey. So those are the things. I just found that out before going live. Because I don't log into the streamer dashboard or to my studio dashboard until I go live. I log in on Sunday, and then I log in whenever I need to go live. That's as good as it gets. Jorgensen Jr., we'll see David Schildhouse closing in. Half second for both drivers. Justin Fuller going to get a little bit faster here. We'll switch over to a different camera here so you folks can see what's going on. How about, bam, speed cam. no bueno. Not very happy about it, but hey, all these things do happen. So, every once in a while you gotta take one on the chin. All right. All right, let's see. We're going to throw this on exciting. I'm reading at the same time. Doug Sigmund coming to pit lane. He's going to leave and come back out. Karlovich is going to be rolling here. Joe Hudson up 8. Good travel here as Joe Hudson and Kevin Brown not far off. Jeff Ryan just ahead as these three keep it tight here. Josh Parker not far off as well, 81. Coming around, Doug Sigmund having it off track. Josh Parker in the 81 sees the 49 rolling as Joe Hudson goes to work. Robert Fryer, he's still at 9th. Comfortable lap here so far. As we're starting to see drivers level off. Tommy Ryan, fastest driver on the racetrack outside of the top 3 drivers. Still doing well, but Jorgensen, his last lap, 1:13.77. Now, David Schildhouse has closed in the last 5 laps. And it's been pretty awesome. Jorgensen, David Schildhouse, Justin Fuller, a little bit of lap traffic just ahead. That's going to be the 11 of Ron Holyfield ahead of your race leaders here. Chance for Shieldhouse to close in. 30 under 31 minutes to go here for Watkins Glen. As Jorgensen will look to the inside. The 8 will be up there as well. Randy Yoakum. We'll see the 11 go to the inside. It's the pass for position here. Is Shieldhouse ever closer now for the lead as we keep rolling. Kevin Brown to the 93 is closed in. Little racing pack going on. Stephen Miles has gotten around Wesley Donaldson. Has got Wesley Donaldson trying to go around him here. Donaldson has closed into the distance. Robert Fryery, the third, sits right behind. 24 is off a spot. Karlovich is going to be up a spot here. Oh, a little free with the tires getting into the outside for the 91. Wesley Donaldson got a little bit left rear on it. Man, oh, man. Oh, Joe Hudson, Josh Parker having an issue. Here's what happened. Oh, tires out of the braking zone. Oh, Parker. Oh, man, landed in the 49's lap. Oh, wow. That's a big wow. Yeah. It's Joe Hudson right here. And all of a sudden, there's a car in his lap. I mean, it's like a slam dunk contest. He's got to come to pit road here. The car's smoking. Here's your leaders. Shieldhouse, Jorgensen. 49 coming to pit road. And just like that, as easy as it could be. All right, Holyfield backing it out. 20 and 88 getting slideways here. Justin Fuller in third. Glazer's going to be in fourth. Macklin still in fifth. So 3 of the top 5 still haven't moved spots. Jason here, the 60, has continued to push forward. Fuller comfortable where he is at. 2.4 back is going to be Glazer here. Wesley Donaldson right where he started. How about Tommy Ryan? Tommy Ryan rolling back. Robert Fryery, the third, back a few spots here. He had it off track and had an issue there. Gonna be moving. Everybody doing a pretty bang-up job. .24 rolling. Everybody having a good time. I'm literally trying not to be sidetracked here, folks. JP Phillips up 3. Nelson Rivera's going to be at 4. Jatina's going to be up 11 here, biggest mover of the race. He's doing great. Keeping the car clean. See Shannon Wood, not far off. Holyfield, will get a lap down. Doing fine through 15, just keeping it clean. That's the biggest thing. All right. We're digging here. Holyfield right where he's at. Back where Donaldson and Miles are. That's the closest race we see going on right now. Shieldhouse on pit road. Rich Waveley having an issue. He is up into the S's. Right there where turn 3 is. You'll see Kevin Stone closing in. So Shieldhouse coming to pit road. 40 miles an hour. Jorgensen Jr. rolling out. They've raced for about 22 minutes, just under 22, just over 21 minutes. And about to have that 22-minute mark here in about 30 seconds. Everybody holding on. Fuller, Bentley Glazer, soft racing. Rich Swavely again having to make the stop on the back straightaway. Missing that input. He's going to go a lap down to Jorgensen Jr. Justin Fuller's now gone to second. Fuller 1.5 back is closed in. Jorgensen Jr. doing well. Fuller having a good day. Glazer's going to be in third. Brian Macklin is in fourth. Try to close in that 9.3 second deficit here as Karlovich is going to be up 2. Jorgensen Jr., Stephen Miles on pit road. Karlovich is going to be in fourth. Fuller leads now as drivers taking their fuel cycle here. Going to split this race in half. All the good things, folks. All the good things. Oy vey. Let's see. We'll figure it out later, folks. Justin Fuller out front. Brian Macklin's going to be in second. Jorgensen Jr. has made it all the way to third. David Schildhouse has closed back in 2.5 seconds. We'll see how this works out for him so far. Bentley Glazer going to be off one. Right now, Fuller, his last lap, 1:14.64, 19 minutes to go. Brian Macklin rolling. I'm going to play a couple of commercials for you because that's the right way to do it.
Sponsor of Memorial League Road Racing Diecast 150 at the Boston Mile. And that's a famous voice of motorsports. Stay daddy.
Driver, start your engine!
Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GoatRacingDiecast.com.
Back to it. Brian Macklin is working around. He's in second. Justin Fuller looking to come to pit road here. Again, folks, sorry if I seem distracted. I kind of am. Mark Jorgensen Jr. rolling up out of the corner, trying to do what he can. David Schildhouse is going to be off three from the start of the race, trying to do what he can. He is trying to roll forward, but there is Jorgensen Jr., Justin Fuller, pushing into the corner. Everybody doing their thing. Schildhouse rolling. Brian Macklin, your race leader. About 18 seconds between he and Jorgensen Jr. We'll see Brian Macklin. He was about fifth, whatever the green flag pit cycle started to happen. Bentley Glazer working himself around. Wesley Donaldson has gotten himself around. Stephen Miles. Alex Bryson just ran a 1:13.68. That was his last lap. This time by... yeah, a little touch slower, but not bad. About a tenth slower than his fastest lap, which was the lap prior. Tommy Ryan, 1:13.48. His fastest lap, 1:13.40. Because they all go to work, man. They're all working. They're all doing well. 21 is first driver, I believe, off the lead lap. I take that back. We're going back up this one. Brian Macklin. Joey is going to be a lap down. Nelson Rivera. Last driver to lead lap, but Brian Macklin coming to pit road. That'll put Joey back in a positive spot here as he came to pit road on lap 19. Bobby Wetzel still needs to come to pit road. And we'll see what the old number 9 does. He's up 6 spots. Mark Jorgensen, he's clutching. He's clutching. Shieldhouse 1.5, trying to close in. Shannon Wood, just the first driver a lap down. Kevin Brown up through the S's. We'll see the 04 just behind. The 04, Doug Sigmund sees himself a handful of laps down. Sometimes these things do happen. 32 of Rich Slavely working. Everybody holding on. All right, they're going. Jorgensen Jr., David Schildhouse. All right. Man, oh man, so much going on, folks. Again, apologies about all the confusion. I'm just quiet tonight. I don't mean to be quiet. This is a good race. These drivers are keeping it close. Jorgensen Jr., David Schildhouse doing a great job. Stephen Miles trying to close into Wesley Donaldson here as Jason Karlovich is going to be right behind him. Off one from the start of the race. Tommy Ryan up 5. Alex Bryce is going to be up 2. Sean Macklin up 4. Joey's still up 11 spots. You'll see Kevin Brown just behind him. We'll see if Joey will be able to slide the corner, be good and as right as rain. 14 a little free, breaks the draft. We'll see the 93 work the outside lane. 14 might try to slide up, maybe try to protect. We'll get into the corner. 93 right on the back bumper. Heading into the braking zone. Brent Scott just behind as well, looking ahead, looking forward. As they all do a wonderful job. Good job for the drivers. Joey going to hold on to that biggest winner of the race so far. Schildhouse still trying to close out. Jorgensen Jr., massive season for him here. Go Racing Diecast giving everybody a good shot at putting up some fantastic racing. Season standings. Lars Jorgensen Jr. has 4 wins, looking for his 5th win. So we see a few drivers a lap or 10 down right now. Schildhouse trying to close in. 3/4 of a second up and behind. Kevin Brown gets around Joey Jatina. Jorgensen Jr. trying to work a little bit harder to keep Schildhouse from behind him. Ooh, Schildhouse get a little bit of company. That's the 33. Joey will work all the way to the outside. He's going to lose another spot, so 9 spots and counting, or what he has. Justin Fuller still trying to close in his 2.5 second gap. Top 3 still within a good striking distance with 8 minutes to go. Brian Macklin in 4th. Glazer's going to be in 5th. Wesley Donaldson up 2. Got around Stephen Miles. Jason off 1 as well. Tommy Ryan up 5. Brent Scott's going to be up 7. Can he get another one? Kevin Brown just ahead of he. Bobby Wetzel into the bus stop area. He's kept it clean. Shannon Wood. It's going to be a lap down as well, but all these drivers still closing in. I tell you what, there's racing all over this racetrack right now. This Watkins Glen is definitely delivering. His Schildhouse pulls 9/10 of a second lead with 7.5 minutes to go. Oh, we're seeing him fan out just a little bit. Best battle on the screen. Bentley Glazer, Wesley Donaldson, Stephen Miles. All these drivers are in a parking lot right now. There's Cook and Macklin. Macklin in 4th. Glazer trying to close back in. Wesley Donaldson sees all these drivers just ahead. And drivers are searching for room up there. To the O2. That's Shannon Wood. Glazer trying to work into the corner. They both turn into the corner. Glazer has a better line off. He'll be able to be cleared. A little free right there. A little wiggle line on Brian Macklin as well. Justin Fuller has pushed his way out. 6 minutes to go. We all go to work, folks. We all go to work. Schildhouse with the last, you call it a last-ditch effort. Not really a last-ditch effort. Coming up around the turn 5 outer loop. A little short straightaway before turn 10. Is edged in, but put those tires very close to the grass there. It'll be very dangerous. But hey, why not? Cool the tires off, run as hard as you can. Cool the tires off, run as hard as you can. Be 5 minutes to go here. Everything was doing some funky stuff there. Couldn't hear anybody. Couldn't hear anything. Couldn't do anything at all for a moment there. Alex Bryson's going to be up too. It's just one of the USB plugs came out. Tyler Dalton in 12. Sean Macklin again up 4. Jorgensen Jr. comfortable has led a good portion of this race. And right now, Schildhouse trying to close in. You see all that dirt and debris from the grass that's been picked up on the racetrack is being thrown backwards. It's got everything that happens. Bobby Wetzel off track here. But he is good to go. He is rolling. We'll see Macklin just behind him Bentley Glazer try to get that top 3, or to get that fourth place spot. Donaldson. We'll see Stephen Miles try to close in. There's a good battle here. Karlovich just behind as well. Tommy Ryan trying to keep his eyes ahead, up 5. Jatina is going to be at 1.2 behind Brent Scott. Thank you, Budgie. Folks, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I care about, our security. You know what I mean? I care about security. And I've taken so many steps to keep our YouTube account safe, and the fact that it wants me to use a USB passcode, and I don't have a USB passcode for this account. I don't understand why it would need it, but hey, apparently I'm gonna have to do something with it. We're gonna have a couple of laps to go. Jorgensen Jr. will take it 2.5. As they come across the line now, 1:14.16. We might see almost 3 laps out of this one. We'll see. 16th of a second difference here. Can Schildhaus close in? 2.5 minutes. They're running 1:14, so we might actually see 3 more laps, including this one. 88 on the back straightaway into the bus stop. Justin Fuller up through the S's on the back straightaway. J.P. Phillips having an off track. He is having a big issue here. As you see the leaders go around, they'll reassume the race line. Fuller will go to the outside. As J.P. Phillips will now be the first driver lap down. Nelson Rivera just ahead. Schildhaus, half second, trying to close in. And the more they push, the more we'll see. This will be your 2 to go mark here. Alex, thank you for the like, sir. It will be 2 to go. Unless they slow down, which I don't think is going to happen. Jorgensen Jr. work it up and work it out. The battle for the lead between these two. Glazer Macklin still working. Donaldson sees Karlovich just behind. Donaldson is up to 6th. Stephen Miles off 2. 60 trying to roll forward. Jorgensen Jr. We'll see Schildhaus just behind. 45 seconds. Nelson Rivera, the driver here. Oh, Schildhaus takes the pass. Jorgensen Jr. will be right there on the back bumper of the 20. Lap traffic got in the way, and David Schildhaus takes over the lead. And if they match this, they'll come around. They'll take the white flag. Jorgensen Jr. loses it on the last lap. This will be the white flag lap. Ron Holyfield just ahead. Jorgensen Jr. had Nelson Rivera enter the corner. Jorgensen loses it. 20 up on the outside lane. There's Brandy Yoakum. Jorgensen Jr. rolling. My YouTube account got hacked, so I'm not doing very well. 88 back to the outside. Carrying speed up into the back straightaway, door to door. They'll go door to door into the backstretch chicane. Up and out. 88 crosses over. 20 there rolling. Jorgensen Jr. into the carousel section. Had a wheel hop. The backstretch chicane did so. As the 20 rolls into the corner. Final time through turns 10 and 11. 20, 88. Oh, the 20 tries to bump him. We'll get into the corner. 88 throttles off. Can the 20 get there? The battle for the lead goes to Jorgensen. 20 will finish in second. Justin Fuller comes home third. As lap traffic played dividends for both drivers. And to tell you what, Schildhaus and Jorgensen Jr. putting on a show at the end there. Here's that pass. That's not what I wanted to see. Forgive me, folks. What? Yeah, the tires on the inside of that lane. Take a look one more time. That's there. Let's look at Schildhouse getting around Jorgensen here. The 22. Stop right there. 88 gave the 20 a bump. They got rolling. And then the pass again for the 88 and the 20. Same spot, same location. Double breaks into the corner. Inside lane prevailed. Oh, 20 and the 88. They entered in that thing massively. Want to get into the race as they'll settle in. That'll be your race results. I do believe as everything tallies up. Jorgensen Jr., David Schildhouse, Justin Foley, your top 3. Brian Macklin, Bentley Glazer is going to be your top 5. Donaldson, Karlovich, Stephen Miles, Tommy Wright, Alex Bryson, your top 10. Sean Macklin, Tyler Dalton, Nelson Rivera, J.P. Phillips, Kevin Brown's going to be your top 15. Brent Scott, Joey Jantina. Joey's still up 9 spots. Still would have been your biggest move of the race, but Brian Workman gained a couple spots at the end of that one, so he's going to be up 11. Bobby Wetzel in 18th. Go down the rest of your race result. 5th win for the 88 here tonight on the season. Ryan Cook, Jeff Ryan, your top 20. Shannon Wood, Brian Workman, Kevin Stone, Randy Yoakum, Ron Holyfield, Rich Swavely, Doug Sigmund, Robert Friery. And we'll see Josh Parker, Joe Hudson, Barry Stevens, Brendan Alphen, and E.J. O'Rourke did not start the race, but Barry Stevens will be out early. As the tires are not smoking on my end. There it is. Just wondered what was going on there. Saying it burned it down, but I got no smoke. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know anymore, folks. All right. Justin's ready. We'll talk to Justin. A P3 finish tonight. What's going on, Justin?
Oh, not much. Just we're a little bit tired now. You know, that was a handful.
45 minutes of slipping around that racetrack is kind of fun, actually, but can be gruesome. P3, man, you just had a comfortable night. It seemed like. What'd you need other than those two to get into it a little bit more?
I don't know. I was man, all practice and qualifying. I was fine through the S's, and then in the race, I was just super tight. Trying to make the transition to that left-hander, and that's really where I was losing all my time. I just needed to figure that out. I just never could, and yeah, I mean, we were all 3 of us were basically the same, and I was just losing so much time right there, and it's just unfortunate. You know, it's my home track, so I like to run good here. So I'm not mad at a P3. It's a good finish. I certainly didn't have Mark Jorgensen winning a road course race on my bingo card this year. But you know, good run for him. He was fast. He ran up front the whole race there. And last year, I'm actually the defending race winner of this. And last year, I was getting run down on 2 tires at the end of the race. I took him 4. I ended up holding him off, but so I took 2 tires on the pit stop, thinking, oh, maybe that actually works, and didn't really work out for me. So I don't really know. We were just a 3rd place car tonight, and it's unfortunate, but you know, we can't be mad at finishing 3rd if that's where we deserve to finish. So happy with it.
I'd be happy with it. It's a net that's where you started. Net positive, net gains. Everything was, you know, it balances out. The sheet balances out today. A better race as well. You know, looking ahead. At kind of how just the season has gone. You know, we go from Watkins Glen to Indy, which Indy is going to be Indy. I mean, it's going to feel loose. It's going to be important to get into the corner correctly. Similarly here, what's your plans over going into Indianapolis here?
Indy's a really good track for me, but it's a good track for other people too. So hopefully we'll get some long green flag runs there. We'll get spread out, and we'll see what happens. It's not the right track that I want to be racing on. I would much rather be at the better racetrack, 7 miles to the west. But we'll see what we can do next week. It's flat track. It's when I'm pretty good on the flat track. So yeah, I don't know. Just I don't really know what to say. So we had a good night, and just looking forward to the next one. Really need to turn my luck around here. It's been a really rough season. So this is a shot in the arm, and hopefully move forward and get a little better next week.
Momentum is going to be everything. You have 3 top 5s in this early going forward, top 10s. That's what I was mentioning earlier. Just this is a good thing. This is moving forward. I'm used to seeing you up here talking to you every week, and these last couple of weeks haven't done well, and this is good positive momentum, and I like that.
Hopefully we can carry it into next week and the rest of the season. We got a good stretch of tracks coming up for me, so just do the best we can and just make the playoffs, and then we'll really buckle down and see what we can do.
It'll be one race at a time. Justin, congratulations, man, on the P3 finish tonight. It was good. This was a calm race, even though everything stacked up in the backstretch chicane behind you guys. You should have seen it. Anyway, give your shout outs, man. Congratulations once again.
Yeah, thanks to you put on the broadcast. Yeah, thanks to Goat Racing Diecast for sponsoring the series. Thanks to SIM500, all the admins for what they do. Thanks to WBD Diecast for sponsoring me. Wesley Donaldson, check him out. Thanks to all my teammates at Aftermath Motorsports, and yeah, good night. It wasn't a great night, but it was a good night.
Yeah, we'll go on to Indy and we'll see what you do there, man.
Absolutely. Have a good week.
You too. Justin Fuller comes home. P number 3. I was letting him go down there and talk with all those guys, but the way it is, we'll go in reverse order. David Schildhouse, the children on board, giving us a good show. You and I tell you what, Nelson became the best pick you could ever have asked for, and then all of a sudden, life slowed down and things just happened.
That's one way to describe it. I had a little more colorful summary of it after the checkers, but I mean, listen, if I'm disappointed with second, it's not that bad of a world, but damn it, man.
It's so close.
That S is up the hill is going to haunt me for a long time. Cause like I couldn't have picked, I could have caught him in a worse place, man. And I'm not going to wreck Jorg for the win. We talk after every race, and I'm not going to wreck him for the win. It's just not the way to do it. We had a hell of a battle. I don't know how you still have a voice left, because I can only imagine your excitement level there as we close together. But damn it, man.
It made me. We had our YouTube account compromised, so that's my stress that's been going on for like the last hour. I found out prior to going live, so. It took my mind off of everything that's going on over here because that's life, and but I mean I tell you what, that couldn't have been any more poetic when it came to trying to make that last lap pass, and you guys were such a lapse. You took the white flag with 8 seconds to go on the timer.
Thank you. That makes me feel even better.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if you knew or not.
I did. I knew. I knew it wasn't going to be the checker. I knew how it was going to work out. What I don't understand, and what I was just talking with Jorg about, I don't understand how him taking 2 tires on the pit stop made him able to stay out in front of me for that long when I took 4 tires on the pit stop. I don't get it. That will never make sense to me because that's not how it works in the B car. And like, if I had taken 2 tires like he did, I probably would have, probably been winning this. I don't know. Like, dirty air sucks. why 4 tires is better than 2 tires sucks. Lap traffic was annoying, but I guess he got screwed over by it. I got screwed over by it. So fair play, I suppose. But again, man, damn it.
Fuller was actually just saying he was ready first. I pulled him up, and we just doing this in reverse order this week. And he said that last year, because he actually won this race last year, he said that 2 tires was catching him at the end of the race over his 4 tires. So for whatever reason, that's the strat.
Well, that news was not made available to me prior to the race. I probably wouldn't have taken 4. I'll tell you that. I mean, listen, if we go back to the start of the race, I started in second gear, which just handed the lead to Jorg anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm stupid. I never had control of this race, even though I know I was faster than him. I was faster than Fuller, so I won't feel like I'm going out on a huge limb here and saying I was probably the fastest driver here tonight, and just never had clean air to pull away from everybody and had to fight my ass off for 45 minutes. I'm just glad to be competitive on road courses. I used to be really bad at this stuff, and I thought I was still bad at this stuff. But I'm pretty competitive with these guys at least, and that feels good. It's just it's getting to the point where I can count on more than one hand how many wins I've probably not gotten or given away in this season, and that is annoying to me, really annoying, because Jorg just keeps wrapping them up, man. He's won, 3, 7, 58,000 in a row at this point. It's problematic.
Well, let's see. That's 2 in a row now, but he's got 5 wins in the last 6 races. So, you got to go to Indy, and you gotta give him a run for his money, I think.
Well, at least he keeps up the streak of nobody has won a SIM500 Xfinity Series GOAT Racing Diecast Xfinity Series. Let me correct myself. Nobody's won one of these races except me or him for like 2 months.
Yeah.
There's a streak there too. Is it up to 8 races since anybody other than him or me has won one of these things?
I'm looking.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, since week 4. So Gilliland won 2 and 3. Sean Macklin has a win. Excuse me. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different winners, and you guys make up 70% of the wins, and that's saying something.
Well, he's a racing son of a gun. I'll tell you that. He's really good, and I feel like we're really even. And I got to put a halt to it. He's got to stop winning races, and I got to start winning more. And I'm sure everyone else is just super annoyed at both of us at this point, and that's understandable. But damn it, man.
Everybody has their favorite tracks, and everybody's going to have their favorite shot in the dark. And you guys put on a show at the end of this one. It was a ton of fun to watch, man. David, always a pleasure, man. The children out there, much love to you. Give you shout outs, brother.
Yeah, of course. Big thank you to Splash Go Graphics for the beautiful paint scheme. Everyone at twitch.tv/Shieldhouse and the children, they love you, and they loved what they saw here tonight. We so close to a win. They were cheering, they were losing their minds, and then they were all disappointed and sad like me. Big thank you to GOAT Racing Diecast for supporting the series, and you at Signature Esports Network for broadcasting it. I'm having a lot of fun, man. Again, if I can sit here every Wednesday and be pissed off with the top 5, life is not that bad, but I really like winning, and I really hate losing, especially in that sort of fashion. It's heartbreaking and all that, but really strong season, really happy with all that, and we'll go to Indy next week, and I'll just put Jorg in the fence, lap 1, and I won't have to worry about him anymore. That's the strategy.
Then chances are you'll get taken out with that too, so that might actually...
No.
No, I was watching. I'm going back and I'm looking at right where turn 10 is, right? The left-hander before the right-hander for the front straightaway. Boy, did you give him a good bump to free up his rear. I mean, at least you were there enough to free up the rear. And I was like, man, this is where the pass comes. This is a good setup. And then, bloop. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you freed him up a little bit.
It felt good. I'm not going to wreck him for the win. I got too much respect for him. I'll hit him. That was the best thing I could do right there is hit him. But, man, these cars are just hard to upset, and it just didn't work out. And I wasn't going to wreck him. I wasn't going to throw it in there in the last corner. I'll I thought we were going to wreck in the bus stop on the last lap because my left front was on his right rear, and I thought I was just going to hook him, and I was going to feel horrible. And it didn't work out that way, which is good. We were able to race it all the way back around, but I wasn't going to just fire it off there in the last corner and just wipe him out or nothing. That move never works without being dirty, and I'm not going to do that to him. So it's a good win for him, and he earned it. He deserved it. He drove his ass off, and I did too. I'm sweaty, and I need a drink.
There you go. Go get it, man. Much love. I appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's the 20 coming home. P number 2. Last but not least, we'll talk to 5-time winner this season, Mr. Jorgensen.
Like
you weren't ready first, so I pulled everybody up in reverse order. I actually wanted
That's
David's.
probably a good idea. It's probably a good idea because that way everybody gets to have their interview and they get to say whatever they want to. I feel bad for taking up a lot of time.
Oh, no. I like it. I was telling Chad after last week's race, I was like, this man he interviews himself, and it's awesome. I freaking love it. And Budgie was like, she loves your enthusiasm, and
Thanks.
You're a different breed of racer, right? You genuinely are thrilled to race, and you're genuinely thrilled to win. Same concept with all these drivers. I know that everybody in here loves to race, right?
Right.
But the way that I see it, the way that I look at, if you feel like this win is just as important as if you were out there on the real racetrack, then
Absolutely.
that's what drives motivation. It drives people to get out there and race.
Absolutely. And, that's what it's all about is having a good time first and foremost. It doesn't matter if I end up on the hook in the infield or if I'm in victory lane or if I finish top 3, get to do an interview. I still have such a blast. I mean, these guys are an absolute thrill to race with. I mean, we got maybe a couple road courses this season in the B car. Maybe this might have been our only road course. I don't know. I really don't pay attention to the schedule, but some guys, aren't as good as others at road courses, and that's fine. But, it gets to change it up a little bit, which is adds to the excitement. That's for sure.
I'm looking. I think this might be the only one. It is.
That's good. That is good. I mean, I think Justin Fuller said it best. He, that he did not have me winning a road course race on his bingo card. So, I love road courses, and man, I have learned a ton from others over the years. And what do they say? Slow is fast at a road course, and God Almighty, ain't that the truth? And I did 2 20-lap runs, one yesterday and one today, just before the race, and that's all I practiced. Man, I felt really good. I talked to Shieldhouse a little bit, kind of asked him a little question as far as strategy is concerned, and based on what my tires were doing in practice, I really, really thought that there was going to be a lot of 2-tire takers to try to jump a lot of spots. And I don't know if I was the only one or if there might have been more, but I took 2 tires, and I would have bet an entire paycheck that Shieldhouse did the same thing.
Yeah,
and when he told me that he took 4, I was shocked. I was at a loss for words.
Right.
Dirty air is definitely a thing in the B cars, that's for sure. I think if David would have got out front, he would have shined. Man, I was driving my tail off.
Right.
And he kept me honest the whole entire race. Him and Justin. I was making mistakes lap after lap after lap after lap. I had 2 slowdowns during the race, and I had to do it right, in essence, to not mess up David that bad, or to give Justin an opportunity to pounce on both me and David.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think David knew that I had to slow down. I just tried to do it in a spot that made the most sense to try to give my time back, and it just worked out both times. I was able to stay the leader. God Almighty, man, that guy is something else, man. He's so freaking good, and he tells me all the time that, man, I ain't good at this, I ain't good at that, I ain't buying whatever David says anymore, man. That joker is so freaking good, man. I tell him all the time. I'm sure me and him are going to chit chat here in a little bit after I get done with my interview, but that guy is something else, man. I used to run super speedways with that guy every Friday night for years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just cool, man, racing a lot of them guys on these other tracks, man. It's so much fun racing these other tracks and seeing how fast these guys are away from super speedways. Just, I mean, it blows my mind, man. And that's awesome, man. We push each other really hard for everybody to get better in the league. And like I said, man, having fun, learning. I've been on here for 11 some odd years or whatever, and I'm still learning from other people, and it just keeps me motivated to keep on coming back and always looking forward to the next one.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. Then that's what like
yeah.
even Budgie, like she'll send me DMs like throughout the race, kind of checking in on me,
Right.
making sure I'm good, right? 'Cause and again, apologies to the league and everybody. First 5 minutes of the stream, Mike was messed up, had to go and fix it, which was just a plug issue, which is not a big
Yeah.
deal. And then our Google account got compromised, so we're not live on YouTube. So we're only live on Twitch and Facebook, which goes against everything. It's a little bit of an added stress, and so she's constantly making sure I'm good, right? And I'm always thrilled to call racing, but when I'm aggravated, it throws me, right? And
Yeah.
this race, when I'm watching the racing and I'm watching the laps, and I'm like, all right, this is great racing, and I feel bad, and then you guys take my mind away from it with the old 1-2 punch for the final 2 laps. You guys know you're only 8 seconds. I was telling David you're only 8 seconds away from the finish of this one, right? On that lap before on the white before the white flag lap. If the lap traffic had slowed you down any more than what you guys had seen, it would have been rules reversed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was telling David whenever we was sitting idle there that man, I guess I really didn't pay hardly any attention with the B car as far as how bad the dirty air is.
Yeah.
And I told David, I was like, when I was out in clean air on those 2 tires, I felt really good. The right handers, I felt like I was garbage, but I just tried to put together the best possible lap I could. But if I had anybody in front of me, more than one car, a couple cars, 2, 3 cars, I mean, I was complete doo-doo. And
yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, the bus stop, I felt like me and David was probably by far the best through the bus stop. And, we caught guys really quick there, Nelson and a few others. I can't remember the other 2 guys that, there's 3 of them that were duking it out for position, right? So they got every, right just as much as we do to race amongst themselves also. But,
right.
It was just kind of a bad spot through the bus stop. And, I kind of piped up and kind of, said a little couple words, that was about it. And, so Nelson, I apologize to you, homie. I didn't call you out or anything like that during the race or whatever, but, I sent you a message, man. I love you, brother. Respect you a lot. I know it was just a tough spot, bad situation, but, it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
David got by me and I was irritated because, I wanted that win pretty bad. And,
right.
I just felt like, where we were on the track, I was like, man, if I could just take it easy on exit, I might have a fighting chance. And
right.
Going up the S's, man, if it wasn't for that lap car slowing David down, he would have won the race. But anyways, luckily that lap car slowed David down just enough to where he had to get out of it. I shifted to 4th really quick and I just stayed in the gas, man. I was wheeling that thing up the top of the hill at the S's. And man, we went down into the bus stop and I looked in my mirror and I saw that I was ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
By maybe a quarter of a car on entry to the bus stop. And I was like, man, I just need to make sure I leave him room, on the entrance and
right.
hopefully we can just fight it out the other side of it. And I felt like I gave him too much room because, that immediate first left-hander through the bus stop, I had to cut it and,
yep.
I got to slow down and I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me about this slowdown. So that was kind of frustrating to try to play that out to where I can possibly keep the lead. David had every right to put a bumper on me to try to do something with me off of 4, but, class act, I know that he wasn't going to dump me, but, I was expecting a bit of a bumper and a little bit of a drag race, to the checkers. And, he was way, way nice with me. And I I appreciate that, man. I love racing guys that are like that. You know, they know when to race hard, they know when to give you little taps here and there to try to loosen you up, but they're not gonna do anything overly aggressive to for them to win the race at your expense. You know, they're not gonna wad you up just so they can go on to win the race. And I
Right.
love racing guys like that. You know, I like racing guys hard. And with that being said, I mean, I expect it in return also. And man, it was nice to finally battle it out with him and Justin. You know, I know, you know, at the first half of the race before we all pitted, I mean, Justin was hanging close, you know, second and a half back. So I felt like maybe he was trying to save a little bit of tire and that he was going to come on hard at the end of the field run. But man, I was just able just to manage. And that's what it all comes down to on these road courses, just trying to put the best lap you possibly can and just keep the rear tires up underneath you. You know, you're going to have to take it easy on that gas pedal. And sometimes it's hard because you got guys breathing down your neck, but you just got to stay disciplined in order to keep the car up underneath you.
Yep. That's, I mean, ain't no better way to say it.
Right.
And you got a
Right.
you got a big fan of Budgie. I'm digging it over here. Mark,
No, that's good. I mean, I appreciate it.
yeah, she loves you. She loves your energy, and she loves your explanation. She loves everything that's going to. I literally can let Mark go, folks, and you know, and it's good. Like he tells you
Oh
everything
yeah.
that's going on, and I love it. All I have to do is just go,
Right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, as long as I got people that are willing to listen,
Right.
I'll just keep on talking.
I like it.
I just need an audience. That's all I need.
And you got it. You got
So,
it. You got it on our end, and you had about 30 plus behind you that were watching
nice.
you drive away, man. Congratulations on your 5th win this season. We'll see what happens at Indy. That's your next track you're going to. You got a lot of hungry drivers out there that are saying, "Hey, you and Schildhouse need not win another one for a hot minute," but you know,
Yeah, yeah. And man, I hate to say this. You know I got some fans, some followers, and whatnot, some people that are pulling for me. But you know, next week, you know, won't be making it. You know, work
Mhm.
has me going places that you know, going to keep me away from the house next week. So you know, hey, it's all good, man. You know, somebody. I mean, Justin can win at any one of these tracks. I
Mhm.
mean, you know, I expect to see him to win a lot also. You know, I know he's missed some races. I know he's had some misfortune, but I hope he gets up there and ruffles up old Shieldhouse for the win at Indy. That'd be pretty neat to watch. You know, I'll
Mhm.
definitely be tuning in next Wednesday night. But yeah, I hate that I'm gonna have to miss one because I definitely love Indy. I love the flat tracks like that, the high speed flat tracks. You got to use a little bit of brake, you know, kind of finesse the car through the corners. You know, I love them type of tracks. And you know, hey, it's all good, man. You know,
I
had a
love it.
two race winning streak, it seems like. And hey, all good things must come to an end.
I like it. Hey, you know what? That's okay because you had 3, now you have 2, and something that David and I were talking about. Nobody else has won a race in 8 races.
I'm telling you, man, David are just, I mean, we talk about that, man. I think we put that pressure on each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, because he made that comment that what ever since Atlanta or I can't at the early part of the season, man, it's just been me and him just tearing it up. And I'm sure others in the league are getting irritated and seeing the same 2 guys win. But you know, hopefully it just fuels their fire and their passion to want to try to get out there and do a little bit, you know, get better, put some laps down, and just go up there and just whip the crap out of us. Like I said, anybody can do it. I mean, these guys are so freaking good. And you know, road courses might not be everybody's forte, but on the oval tracks, I mean, these guys are something else, man.
Mm-hmm.
They make me drive so freaking hard at times, and I know I'm just abusing my car. And you know, hey, but that's part of it, man. I love it. You know, keep bringing it. Uh, like I said, man, you know, somebody else is gonna put together a lot of races, a lot of race wins, and I'm telling you, man, Justin is that guy that can put it all together. He's really good saving tires. He's really good at running his line lap after lap and putting that lap time down. Jason Karlavage, I mean, he's amazing also. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of guys in this league that are just as fast. Just need a little bit better track position, a little bit better fortune, and the roles would be reversed. I mean, I'm sure when those guys start knocking them down, as far as wins are concerned, I'm probably going to be licking my chops, trying even harder to get back on that top rung. But for the time being, man, it feels good to be up here. It feels good to be battling David for these wins, and man, we're gonna keep on bringing it.
Mm-hmm. I like it, and that's the reason why it should be, right?
Absolutely.
I love it, brother. All right, my man. Congratulations, of course. There's so much more to go. I know you got the missus to go watch this race with. I promise.
Absolutely.
I will be more. I think I've figured out YouTube as things have progressed. I had one of my old. I sent an email off to our creator manager for YouTube, and I think they're fixing it for me. So. See, all good things happen to those who wait and those who are patient.
Absolutely,
including yours truly. So next week I'll come with 10 times the energy next week, and you come with 10 times the energy next week, and we'll have an explosion of iRacing.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Love to see.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Like I said, it's going to be a long couple weeks before I get back in the driver's seat, but like I said, man, sometimes it be like that in life, and you got to miss some races here and there. But it's definitely not by choice. I can promise you that.
Hey, life does happen. It happens to all of us, man.
Right.
We'll tune in. You at least watch the race after you get back.
Absolutely.
And take care of everything and root on these drivers. Any one of them can win. I've got a list of drivers that are all on my screen that I know that any one of them can win at any given moment. So we love to see it.
Is long.
It is awesome. Mark, give your shout outs, man. You get a P1 fifth win and points lead going into next week. Go ahead.
I always got a lot of shout outs. Signature Esports, man, I love what you do. I love your style of broadcasting. Again, I can't wait here in a little bit to lay in bed next to that sweet missus of mine and watch this race and whatnot. Looking forward to it. So people, like them, love them, follow them, share them. Signature Esports, appreciate the broadcast. SIM500, all the admins. Them guys, I'll tell you what, it's those people, including yourself, that take a lot of their time to put this on for us to have a place to call home. Race with a lot of online buddies, create relationships, this, that, and the other. And I appreciate everybody on the iRacing service, broadcasters, the league admins, everybody behind the scenes that makes this possible just for us to have a place to call home and have a good time on a Wednesday night. Love it. Joey Gattina for always being there over the years. Man, I'm telling you, man, he cast that line and you set that hook and he just reeled me back. I love it, Joey. I'm glad to be back. Look forward to being here for a long freaking time. I got a lot of wins to get. There's a lot of stats that I want to start putting my name on and whatnot. Goat Racing Diecast for sponsoring the series. Charles Scheich, amazing individual. Guys, go. What is it?
Van Scoik.
Oh my goodness! Hey, I'm telling you, man, I tried. I'm a Southern boy from Texas. Hey, man, I tried.
You know what? It took me about a half a year to get it right, and he never corrected me. And
you know what? He might reach out to me, and he might have a little one-on-one. Little how to pronounce his name and whatnot. But anyways, Charles, I appreciate you doing this.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah. So people go out there to his website. He's got. I'm sure if there's a diecast you want, he's got it. Like I said a couple weeks ago, man, my eyeballs are on that damn Dell Jr. Late model car, that Bud car. I just need to reach out to him, just make it happen, But Charles, I appreciate you for sponsoring this series. John Fowler, complete graphics for the paint scheme. This car looks amazing. Looks fast. It is fast. I'm glad that I'm able to give him his shout outs every week for putting this scheme together. Again, like I've always said, I used to run a lot of Dell Jr. schemes, and man, I was garbage. All I needed was a new paint scheme, and look at it, 5 wins already. But all the guys that cut me a break on the racetrack tonight, man, a lot of the guys in Discord, very respectful. They saw me and David was battling it out. They did what they could to give us the room. Even the guys in the bus stop situation. I know that they, nobody wanted to be in that spot. I'll just say that. So, it all worked out. Everything's good in the world. My smoking hot wife for letting me do this each and every week. Babe, I love you. Again, I'll be in bed here in a little bit. We'll be trying to watch this. I can't wait. Heck of a race. You're gonna love it. But man, that's about it, man. I just happy go lucky, man. I'm just very thankful, very blessed. I know I keep on saying that I just feel like I'm lucky, but I really do feel like I'm lucky, man. I just it's when I get into the zone, and I start putting these laps together, and it's so hard for guys to keep up or to get around when you got somebody that's perfect for lap after lap after lap after lap. Now I know that I was junk in front of David, but man, I was trying like heck to just keep him behind me. But another shout out again to David. Man, he could have put the bumper to me multiple times on that last lap, and he did not. Class act. Again, I can't wait for me and him to have a little conversation to kind of, digest what took place throughout the race. Man, I'll be tuning in next week and watching and licking my chops, wishing that I was out there with the guys. But it's still going to be a great show. I got my favorites that I'll be pulling for, and hopefully one of them guys can end up in victory lane talking to you.
I like it, but I agree with Budgie. More people need to be, you remember the old saying back in the day, you got to be like Mike. Yeah. Everybody needs to be more like Mark. You are.
Well, I do get excited for winning, right? Because you got a league that you race in, and like I said, these guys are so freaking good, man. They drive hard. They just race you hard, and when you're raced like that, man, it does feel good to win. It doesn't matter.
It's okay to be passionate. That's exactly
man.
what
I'm
it
telling
is,
you, dude. It's nice to have that, that feeling and whatnot. I'm telling you, man, them last so many laps and them minutes seem like hours ticking by. My heart's over there pounding, my legs shaking. I got David less than a second behind me, keeping me honest. And man, so to pull it off, kind of walk back and forth, pacing the computer room and whatnot, get your thoughts together and whatnot. You're like, dang, man, I just won a freaking race. I mean, it's exciting. Everybody should have that that feeling, that mentality of winning a race, because I'm telling you, man, some of these leagues, it's really, really, really hard to win a dang race. Now, I got this Wednesday night stuff figured out. The Monday night stuff is what I need to work on.
Isn't Dave's doing really well in the Monday stuff, isn't he?
Oh man, he's, like I said, that guy tells me, man, I'm not good at the road courses in the B car. I'm not good here. I'm not, David. I'm not believing a dang word you say ever again. Don't give me that garbage that you're not good at something, because I'm telling you, brother, you're keeping me honest, and I appreciate that, man. I mean, man, you make it so fun.
That's the right attitude, man.
Absolutely.
Mark, I will see you when you get back, man. Good luck and everything. I'm gonna download the video, and I will upload it to YouTube, but you can watch it on Facebook and rewatch the VOD on Twitch if you want to. So
I can't wait. Wait.
It'll be awesome. I'm quiet a lot throughout, but I do get out there and call what you guys are doing. So
no, you're good, man. Like I said, I love it, man. Whether I end up in the catch fence or I end up in victory lane or I get to do an interview with you, man, I enjoy going back and watching all these races, man. It's so neat and so cool, and in a different perspective from you, the broadcaster. And I just love it, man.
Wait, you want to see
I
some
can't
good
wait. Hurry up.
You want to see me call some racing? I love calling SIM500, but tomorrow I have a dirt series, right?
Okay.
They're doing Chili Bowl at with the midgets.
Oh man.
So if you want to hear the race call that it just goes and goes and goes nonstop, that's the dirt racing is what, huh? That's the one that does it, right? Okay. So you guys can tune in for that if you're not racing or if you're not doing anything.
We might have to Thursday nights. I don't have anything going on.
So that's the bigger that'll be my only plug with anybody. You want to hear my energy go from 90 to nothing. That's it. Huh? I call racing with a lot of passion. I love racing. I'm like you. I feel like that you guys deserve so much more than what, forgive me for saying this, that iRacing gives you, right? I feel like you guys deserve to be the spotlight, more so than the Coke series, because you guys are what make this. Your money pays for the Coke series to do what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like you guys deserve more, and so I want to treat you guys, every driver, not just SIM500, but every driver we call races for, I interact with. I want every single one of them to get out here and show up and feel like they're going to be on the receiving end of not just a good product from me, but from a good experience whenever they go back and rewatch it. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I'm like, when things bother me, like today is I'm going to say it's an off day because of what I was going through with that. But I will say that I love calling racing. I think this is the coolest gig I could ever have gotten as a 40-plus-year-old man. So.
Well, I hope everybody has the same passion and enthusiasm that I have, especially all the guys from SIM500, but even all the guys in those other leagues that you broadcast for. I mean, like I said, it's fun, it's exciting. Like I said, I hope every race winner has that same passion and excitement level and whatnot. I mean, like I said, it's you want to win, right? And
I'm just glad to finish on my wheels. Are you?
Well, I mean,
with everybody.
I mean, hey, wrecks are going to happen. That's part of it. Nobody wants to get wrecked. The worst feeling in the world is getting wrecked, and then you got to wait a week, 7 nights, 7 days to get back on here and do it again.
Yeah.
So I try to take care of guys early on in a race. I know that I've done a lot of bad things over the years in league racing, and I've been on the receiving end of it also, where you get wrecked on the first lap. That is the worst feeling. You put in a lot of work to race, and you get tore up in the first lap. So now you got to wait a week to get back out there and do it again. But I still have that passion and that drive to want to come back. It just fuels the fire to want to go out there and just whip tail the following week.
And it's an amazing feeling to have drivers that still have the passion. I mean, it's great, man. Mark, we'll chit chat more about it later on. I'm gonna let you go sit with the as you say, your smoking hot wife.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to get it all fired up here in a little bit. We're gonna be laying in bed next to each other. I mean, I'm sure she's probably going to try to fall asleep on me. No. We're going to be waking her up. She has got to watch this.
Yeah, she got to watch at least the last 2 or 3 laps were thrilling. So actually, the whole race was great. We had battles everywhere.
Absolutely.
And iRacing did a great job of keeping everything within its. If you click on exciting, folks, there's a different camera setting that you can click on exciting, and it'll bounce to the track. And it did a really good job tonight of keeping me on point, and then I could then narrow in the 3, 4, 5 drivers who are involved in that. There's an art to doing this, but iRacing can help you as well. But I tell you what, the last 3 laps were something.
They were something else. I know it. I was sweating. My heart was racing. My legs were shaking. Like I said, man, David kept me honest. And like I said again, whenever we got to talking before the interviews and whatnot, when he told me that he took 4, I could not believe that he took 4 tires, and I was able to hold on. So
yeah.
Man, I mean, clean air must have been that much more better than anything than tires, I guess you can say. But again, I think if he would have got out front, he probably would have set sailed. But no, I wanted it, man. I was trying hard, and luckily everything worked out.
Fastest lap of the race as well on lap 2.
That's awesome.
29 laps led. Mark Jorgensen Jr., my friend, good sir, you have yourself a wonderful night, my man.
Well, I appreciate you. Do the same. Thank you.
That is your winner coming home, victory lane, and what a night it was. We'll let him have at it. Thank you to Mark, and what great energy. I love it. Schildhouse, Fuller, great job. Fuller was just comfortable, and he looked more comfortable tonight. Even though he said he couldn't get up and through the S's as well as he wanted to. It's probably where he felt like he was losing time. He only finished 3.4 seconds back over 45 minutes. That's a great race. Brian Macklin inside the top 5 again. Biggest mover of the race. Brian Workman up 11 spots. He started 33rd. Pretty happy. So, folks, we do have a He's too awesome. Yes, he makes his energy makes me smile. It does. And those are like that's the kind of drivers that I love interviewing. And Shield House, same concept. His community is awesome. Just keeping everybody together. The more I get to know people, the more I interact with everybody. It's so cool. It is really cool to see everybody come together like they do. So, thank you, Budgie. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for being out there. This was a good race, and YouTube will be back tomorrow. I've gone through and thank you to I'm gonna thank you to Tim. Tim is my community manager for YouTube. I want to thank him for getting my YouTube account fixed. So we're good to go. I shouldn't have stressed as much as I did. Shouldn't have let it bother me, but I did. So, to SIM500, we love y'all. We'll do better. We'll always do better. Always continue to strive to improve. And that's what we'll do. So be good, be safe, be kind to one another. Most importantly, be good to yourselves. And instead of being like Mike, we're going to be like Mark. Have the energy, folks. We love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.